Right, so the first thing I'm going to be getting on with on the Mk1 Escort is cleaning up all of the welds that were done in the previous restoration. So the welds on the strut tops, the welds down on the strengtheners here, and a few others in the engine bay are all going to have to be cleaned up, so that'll be what I'll be getting on with first. Right, so that's all the welds now all cleaned off, looking a lot better, a lot tidier, same as this side as well. Down in that strengthener and along the chassis rail, the welds have just been cleaned up as well, so that is looking a lot better.
Right, so for me, first thing first I think is to get these seat rails out here and start cutting out the tunnel and the bits that we don't want. Right, so I'm just underneath the car. This support here, I need to try and keep that in. So I'm just going to cut in front of that for now, and then we'll just look at that. So what I've done, I've just drilled 2 holes just in front of that. I think you can see that. And then that'll help inside to make sure I cut just in front of that tunnel support bar. So just by finding my holes that I've drilled, I know that that tunnel support bar now sits, but really it sits here, which is near enough in line with these floor supports as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut forward of that and then follow this line, and that'll get the main bulk of it out before we sort of lay in the new tunnel, and then cut where we've got to cut to get that all fitted in. So just a quick one while we're working on the Classic Ford. I just thought I'd show you December's issue of Classic Ford magazine. In there is a feature from Luke, who's got a really cool Mk1 Fiesta that we built a roll cage on beginning of the year. He's just now done a bit of a write-up in Classic Ford magazine, just showing his build. They've done a lot of the work themselves, as well as we've done various bits and pieces for them, like a full roll cage we built, and some aluminium fabrication as well. We had that in the shop beginning of the year to put a roll cage in it. Bit of a write-up mentioning us as well. So thanks for that, Luke. So if you like Classic Ford magazine, or if you haven't got December's issue, go and get it, because that's an interesting read.
Right, next thing to do in the engine bay is to replicate this notch that's out of this strengthener and put it into this side. And the reason we're doing this is basically just because The exhaust is going to be on the other side, and all it is just clearance for that.
Okay, so I've got the old gearbox cut out and trimmed up. I've got a little bit more trimming to do up on this top bulkhead. Got a bit of metal work to do as well, going from more of a radius tunnel from a very square tunnel. And I've trimmed back here so that we can try and make this a little bit more flatter, because that actually went up quite high like that on the last tunnel, so trying to get that all nice height as well. So I've got a little bit of plating to do in there as well. So the hardest bit at the moment is getting that all central in there. So I think what we're going to have to do is go in here. I've actually marked the centre of the engine bay off that hole as well, and run it down to the top of the hole on the top of the tunnel. So I'm now going to cut that bulkhead out and try and get that to fit a little bit more further forward, a little bit where it should be. I've just added a 15 to a 20mm lip, and this will allow the tunnel to sit on the part of the floor, so it'll continue all the way around here being welded, and then also we'll stitch weld on the inside, and that's basically this lip here, so that's got somewhere to sit down on.
Do the middle one.
Don't do it right up though. I turned a bit off there as well.
You do one this side?
Yeah.
No.
That fitment.
Yeah? Good.
Well, that certainly looks a lot better than the square one that we had in here before. Looks like it's supposed to be there now. So that's it for this video. We're not going to weld it in because we've still got more work to do on the floor, and having that area there, that gap there that we can get into to cut, just makes it much easier. So that is the final fit before welding, so that is exactly where we want that now. And that's pretty good. We've got a little bit of work to do on the front with the bulkhead strengthener. So that's it for this video, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think we'll leave this one here, and then we'll carry on with the rest of it in the next video. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.